As I tried Destiny, it's alright. It's not something I'm overly interested in. Some time passes, and I get a PS4, and I have a friend who plays Destiny. I was like, hey, do you want to play Destiny? It's like, really sure. When it goes on sale, I'll pick it up and I'll play Destiny with you. It should be fun. So I did. Like, it went on sale. At this point, it was like the Taken King that I got. Because they bundled the Taken King. I think the Taken King was like the second expansion, or second big expansion, I don't remember. So I bought that on sale. It was like everything that had been released for the first Destiny at that point. I think Taken King might have been the last thing released for Destiny, actually. But yeah, I played that. I got that, played it for a bit, and it was honestly just really boring. It's like, starts off fairly well, I'll admit. I feel like I don't want to go that way. Yeah, I'll admit, it starts off fairly well. Kind of a generic premise, but can I jump on this? Yes. Yeah, kind of a generic premise, but what are you gonna do? It's not like Halo was the most interesting story idea when it came out. But in the end, like, one of my biggest problems with Destiny was basically every mission felt like you were going into the same cave system to deal with aliens or robots or robot aliens, and it just kept doing that, and it was so boring. And it's like, oh yeah, no, you're done on Earth now. Now you can go to Venus or Jupiter or some other planet. It was a different planet. I don't remember what planet it was. And I was like, oh, cool. So I go there, and it's a different set of caves and stuff that I'm going through. Repeatedly. Constantly, just over and over. And I was like, you know what? If this is all Destiny's going to be, I'm kinda not interested anymore. But now, like, way more stuff is online focused. There's Anthem, which I've heard bad things about, but it's not as though it mattered to me because it's online. Oh, it's online only, and it's not gonna be something I do. Like, one of the single most irritating things for me is when a single player game, has some sort of online component that I am logged into automatically when I start the game up, and then at some point during my play session, for the love of God, I am sick of these bats. I'm sick of that camera. Go away, never come back. It's like single player games that have online features that log me in. Oh, for the love of God. Single player games that have online features that log me in automatically when I start the game, and then sometime during my play session my internet connection drops, and then all of a sudden the game will decide to mess me around because my internet connection has dropped. Like, if I'm going to have a complaint about Dark Souls, that's a complaint. If my internet connection drops, I'll start the game, and I think you have to specifically choose to be in offline mode on Dark Souls. If my internet connection drops while I'm playing the game, if I've started it on online mode, the game just stops whatever I'm doing and takes me back to the main menu. And either I'll be able to rejoin, or like play the game, like go back into the game in online mode if my internet connection decides it can handle it, or offline mode. But it's pulled me out of the entire game to do that. Farah, you do not have the strength or the training as a soldier to handle these guys directly with a sword. Oh, probably shouldn't hold on to that blade.
Farah, no!
And she used all the sands, so we can't rewind and stop that from happening. So she's dead. Stop blocking and die. Stop hitting them with your foot. Oh, for the love of God.
That didn't happen.
Great, we've got to do... Oh, we're just here, that's good checkpoint placement. I was thinking we'd have to go back from the last save point. Just die. I'm not in the mood anymore. Seriously, stop. You have a sword that will kill them in a single hit. Stop kicking them. I swear most of the time when the camera's turning, it's not me doing that. Stop kicking them when you have the ultimate sword. It's like playing GoldenEye with the golden gun and deciding, you know what? I'm gonna use slappers. For those of you who've never played GoldenEye on Nintendo 64, slappers is what the melee attack was referred to as. Also, for those of you who have not played GoldenEye on Nintendo 64, the golden gun was a one-hit kill on everything. Stop blocking. Stop getting hit. Stop doing the sweep. You think this is Karate Kid? Don't sweep the leg. Yeah. Going back to the single player games with online content, Metal Gear Solid 5 was irritating for that. That was stupid. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 was irritating for that because you would have any credits you would have, any money you would have in that game would be split. I think there was a weird thing where you'd have two bank accounts in that game. One would be in-game, one would be connected to online, even if you never played the online part of that game. And if suddenly your connection dropped, you lost access to all the money you'd have online, which would more often than not put you in the red. And if you were in the red in that game, that would lose morale for your soldiers, which means soldiers would be more likely to leave. It was like, why? What's the point of that? Well, then Metal Gear Solid 5 was a game of mostly why. What was the point of that? I remember that area. I remember that area. That was irritating. So now we've got another extended cutscene sequence. And this is also the final save point in the game. I think this will be 97%, because we won't actually get to see what this is. The name of this save point is Honor and Glory.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time. Bravely I had fought and slain my enemies. Honor and glory are mine. But Though I fight until the desert sands themselves were red with blood, I could not bring back the dead.
At this point, they don't. The sand monsters don't have blood. It's only you that has blood. So the sands will be red with your blood.
The girl is unimportant. Give me the dagger, and I will give you power. Eternal life will be yours.
Live forever, and those I loved are dead and I to blame. I choose death.
So the thing with the Vizier is, it's never outright stated, but the Vizier seems to be dying. I'm guessing from tuberculosis. It's one of those things where it's like he coughs up blood, and that's usually movie speak for, oh no, I'm dying. So putting the sand back in the hourglass, the sands back in the hourglass, has actually sent us to before the raid on the Maharaja's city. But we still have the dagger.
Do not be afraid. This belongs to you.
The dagger of time, but it is locked away within my father's treasure vault. How?
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say.
So this is the reveal that the narrative, the narrative purpose of the entire thing at the start has been the prince telling the story to Farah.
Before he betrays you and brings ruin on us all. His signal is a flaming arrow shot into the air. Prevent him, and my father's army will know the traitor has been unmasked. They will turn back.
A wild tale indeed. I have a simpler version. A Persian soldier, lusting for glory, entered the chambers of the Maharaja's daughter and was slain by me.
Oh no, this old man dying of presumably tuberculosis.
Suggest you flee.
He's going to take me on, this well-trained soldier who at this point I'm assuming like my body is fully rested, I assume at this point. Everything that happened hasn't happened now. So I'm assuming like that we remember it all, our body is perfectly perfectly rested.
My lady, he came here to abduct you. Surely you do not believe.
And so this is the final boss.
All will happen as I foretold.
I have no honest strategy for this. Hit the guy until he goes down. It always feels like it takes too
What I
long.
told you is no story. It happened. I mean, it will happen.
Also, we're back to our original sword, which isn't as good as anything we got after it.
Your exertions are most amusing.
And he'll summon another one.
Let him be brought before my father. He will judge. Vizier, I have commanded you to stop. Do you disobey?
I've taken orders long enough from a senile fool and sniveling rat. Your father was a great warrior in his youth, or so he would have the world believe. Pity his son does not take after him. And then again, perhaps father and son are alike. It would appear that both share a taste for easy plunder.
You waste your breath. What little you possess.
So then all of a sudden he stops blocking, and it's like,
Did you
was there any...
think you could defeat me?
Is there any strategy to this, or is he just going to eventually not
Don't tire
block
yourself.
anymore?
I will handle this intruder.
At that point, it doesn't look like he's actually countering or blocking. My attacks just aren't allowed to land. And it's a really poor way to end this game, honestly. It's a really dull fight against a dying old man who just keeps twirling his staff. Oh god, just die. Alright, I think that was the last of it. There we go. I love this as well, like one solid hit knocks him down, but now he's going to get up and trash talk us.
And so it ends. How will the Maharaja feel when he finds his only daughter slain by the son of his enemy? Do you have any last words you wish me to communicate to the princess before I kill her? Words of love, perhaps?
You can barely stand. Oh no, I'm really scared of you. At this point, oh no.
I could have been immortal.
Then it's true. He was a traitor.
Take this. Return it to your father's treasure vault. Guard it well.
I owe you thanks. But why did you invent such a fantastic story? Do you think me a child, that I would believe such nonsense?
I think you're a terrible shot with a bow.
I said I owe you thanks. You presume too much.
This isn't Mario. You don't get a kiss for rescuing the princess.
Such a fantastic story. Do you think me a child, that I would believe such nonsense?
You're right. It was just a story.
Wait! I don't even know your name.
Just call me Kakolukia.
Also, maybe do something about these trees that are right next to the balcony to your room, because it was actually really easy to get in here. So that was the Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. It is a good game. I'm probably never going to go back to it now after all of this. I played it now for LP, played it for commentary, I played it when I got the HD collection. So I don't think I'm going to go back to this again. So like I say, I do prefer Warrior Within, the sequel, Which, when we get to that, you know, I'm looking forward to that. And that game has subtitles, so I won't have to be quiet during the story sequences so that you can understand what's going on. And it has various improvements to the combat and the gameplay, and I'm pretty sure the camera is better. But, you know, this game is decent. It gets really irritating towards the end, and every playthrough I've had of this game starts off well, and I get sick of it by the end. It's like the combat sequences start dragging. They keep bringing in so many more enemies in every combat sequence. It always takes so long. I don't think I've ever had as much of an issue with the camera as I did with this playthrough. Your Lowenthal as the prince, he would go on to do various other things. Most recently was Spider-Man on PS4. He played Peter Parker. So, like I said earlier in the playthrough, but you know, it's nice to see it's still getting work. I see a lot of voice actors kind of disappeared in more recent years, and a lot of roles started going to Troy Baker and Nolan North. And it's like, oh, we need somebody to voice our protagonist, our male protagonist in this game. Get Troy Baker, he's not available. Well, it's Nolan North then, okay. But anyway, Sands of Time. The platform, I do still love the platforming. The sequel does expand on that as well, which is really nice, but it's not like there was anything wrong with the platforming in this game. It started off really well, and the sequel really, it's like if you get you go out to a chip shop and you get a perfectly made set of fish and chips. And it's great, and all the sequel really adds to the platforming is a bit of salt, just put on top of it. It's not essential, but it's a little better. That's probably a really terrible analogy. I don't know, you try thinking on your feet like this. I say as I'm sat down. But yeah, no. Overall, I don't hate this game. It's very enjoyable. I do recommend going through it sometime for yourself. Actually get a feel for it, because it is really worth playing, and it's really easy to get. Actually, it's not a hard game to find on any of the 3 systems it was released on, unless you want to get it on PC. I don't know. Just don't get the HD version on PS3. So like I said earlier in the playthrough, easiest way to play it would probably be these days the Xbox One, because they made the Xbox version backwards compatible, so you can just pick it up digitally if you want, and it'll probably run really well. But at this point I'm just kind of rambling. The credits have ended. Yeah, this has been Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. The next game I'll be playing in this series will be Warrior Within. Not sure when I'll get to that. But I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it more than I did. Especially towards the end there when I started getting really sick of it. Thank you for watching. Have a good night and take care.